Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this Monday morning, starting off a big week here in Panhandle Outdoors. This is the last week, full week before we have Thanksgiving. It's right around the corner, so I know we're all getting excited about that. Don't forget to send some things in that you're going to be thankful for. I'm going to have my camera with me also when I go places this week. And I'm just going to ask people, I'm going to do a video for Thanksgiving Day and let you actually tell me what you're thankful for. So anytime you run into me or something like that, I will be glad to put you on the air. Okay, let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and his hard-working crew taking care of everyday comfort needs. Speaking of, we're going to start collecting toys. Drew Pollard and his company and folks which collect toys. We'll try to get them to come on the show. They have a big Christmas party, and then we take the toys to different elementary schools. And we've done it the last couple of years, and they've been so happy about it. So we'll talk about that later on. We'll keep that in the back of your mind. I know a lot of people are doing those kind of things, but we're just doing our little share. High today, 71, low 59, water temperature 71. So we're looking at a situation where another comfortable week, looks like some rain maybe, but we sure need it. So we'll see what happens. Monday moon phase tonight is a new moon, completely clear. It's going to start waxing up, and 2 weeks from now, we'll have a good big old full moon of November. Our tide chart today brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Folks, we're looking at a strong tide all week long. Take a look at it. Low tide this morning at 6:41, pretty soon right now. And then the high tide at 8:31 tonight. And like I say, all week long, we have some really good, strong tides. Now, Monday moon phase is brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. So we appreciate all of our sponsors. Appreciate you doing business with them. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I have all kind of pictures, but it's interesting. As I go through and get ready for the show, I like to look at things that they're interesting to me. I hope they're interesting to you. And most of the time, it's related to everything we're doing here in the Panhandle. But on occasion, I get something just fascinating. Well, I use that word a lot. But this picture here, take a look at this. This is the Mississippi River and its tributaries. Now, this is I'm going to want to look more into it. And find out how many they are. But what I always think about this, when I see this, I think about the Lewis and Clark expedition, how they started over here in the east, and what they were looking for was a water route to the Pacific, for trade and all, so they went all through here. See, and up here, they went up the Missouri River up into here, and then of course across there, and of course they hit the Rocky Mountains, and then when the Rocky Mountains, they couldn't go any further up the Missouri, and the Snake River, and then so they had to go to, they of course didn't find it, but I was always said if I could go back in history and do one kind of fun thing, I would love to be on the Lewis and Clark expedition. That had been a spectacular time to see America in those days and all. But anyway, I don't know how I'm going to get windy to look up how many creeks and tributaries flow into the Mississippi, but that's something else as far as water. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, let's move on. All right, here we go. Good morning, Winston. I took two of my grandsons fishing at the river last Saturday. They had fun, caught a lot of brim, but when pulling my boat out of the water at the ramp, I caught one tire on the end of the ramp and broke my axle on my trailer. Lesson well learned. Please tell everybody to be careful. What a nice mess of fish right here. Look at these boys. All right. Nice job there. They had a good time. We had look again how low the river is. Okay, moving on. And all the other life jackets on. Okay, Kelly Petty Thomas over here in Hosford. She'd been down with the Bristol volleyball team at a state tournament, came out to work. And look at the big old gator. Remember they got this big old gator out of Liberty County? That's a pretty mount right there. At the pole barns in Hosford. Now, talking about pretty mounts, isn't this unusual? I've never seen one like this. I thought, what a neat idea, how they flowed these spots into it. That is cool. A lot of big Texas deer. Peter Grantham sent this. When you absolutely positively need to go run your hounds and you don't have a dog box ready, so you just borrow from one of the department stores or whatever, one of the box stores, you borrow their basket. And that's a true redneck right there. Okay, I sent them my sense of humor. I sent this to Wendy and Chip, and they got a big laugh out of it. The inventor of autocorrect died, and the funeral will be held tomorrow. And if you do a lot of stuff on your computer, you know what I'm talking about. I sent this to my granddaughter, who's a big Taylor Swift fan. Shooting a big buck is better than going to a Taylor Swift concert. She said, LOL, not. Captain Kim down here in Carabel sent this to me. Beautiful catch here in Carabel, Florida. Okay, don't forget it in here. By Heather, but I'm sworn to secrecy on the bait. It's Heather Maples coming down from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and out there in a kayak. And we know, remember last week, we just didn't have a lot of wind, so you could really get out there and do some good fishing, and that's special right there. Nice one. Thank you, Captain Kim, down there at Sea Quarters. Chris Morris just took his wifey fishing. I want to post this because we need to do more of this kind of stuff. Real simple. Just take your wife fishing. There you go. They fishing, and look at this nice trout they caught. Nothing complicated about that. Okay, Rusty Russell, check it out. They doing a big giveaway. We know Crime Stoppers tickets and all. Another viewer won a gun today, Tom Bonifay. That's awesome. Thanks, Rusty, for letting us know that. So we've already had a couple of winners, and it's only, a week or two we're in the second week of the November. Okay, my sister-in-law up in Dothan sent this to me. This is on the far side, so you have to have a sense of humor, but this is instead of having deer horns on the wall, this big buck has the different automobiles that he's been able to crash and he's wreck into them. So that's something. This is cool. Up in Alaska, you can get a pizza. Is this pizza company not smart? In the pizza box, you order a pizza, the pizza box is at Target. Is that not cool? That's a great marketing scheme right there in a place like Alaska. I never would have thought about that. Okay. That catches up on some of the pictures. I've got a lot more left, but let's go and take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We get a situation a lot of times where the viewers will send things to me and just sort of air their grievances, and this is a good method to do it. And a lot of times I like to share it, and a lot of times we're not aware of it. I remember when they first started charging for boat ramps, I couldn't believe it. And some folks down in St. Joe sent me some texts. Coach, they're starting to charge to use a boat ramp. I said, and look what happened. I think I don't know, it's really high now. But anyway, this is one of our loyal viewers, the Taylor family. This is from Chad Taylor. Chad and Heather and the Taylor family have been watching the show since we started. And they're good outdoorsmen. They do a lot of stuff in outdoors, and the whole family does. And this is about the St. Andrews State Park. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to read some of it. I don't have time to read the whole thing, but basically, I wanted to share with you an incident that happened while camping out at St. Andrews State Park. My family and I have been camping there for years, before the hurricane, after. Now, what has happened since Hurricane Michael, they've rewritten the park rules, so there are no boats allowed on the campsite. We were staying there for several days, and I needed to charge my boat batteries. The boat, vehicles, and camper were all within the campsite, nothing on the grass. While having it on charge, I was told to remove the boat from the premises right away. In fact, it needed to be moved to the storage area near the marina. This storage area is accessible to anyone in the state park, although users have a tag. There are no lights nor gates to keep your belongings safe and secure. After discussing this issue and my concerns with the rangers, they stated this state park is not affiliated with the marina. I didn't know that. This sort of bothers me as a local. Here I am trying to enjoy camping and fishing, and the state park is not affiliated with the marina. That don't make sense. It goes on to say, I want to bring awareness to this issue for other locals that both enjoy camping and fishing. So we want to hopefully bring the issue to others' knowledge will help to possibly change the rules so the locals can utilize our state park for both camping and fishing. without the stress of the belongings being stolen. So that's Chad Taylor. And I did not know that we didn't, I thought anything in the state park belonged to the state. It's just going to be interesting. So if you know anything about that and can sort of enlighten us on it, I would appreciate it. But, okay, so let me see. I got a little technical difficulty right here. So anyway, that's from Chad Taylor. So thank you, Chad, for sharing that. Okay, let's go to something sort of sad. There was a ATV accident last week up in Santa Rosa County near the town of Pace. Had three kids on it, or teenagers on it, and basically 3 juveniles riding on a private road. They lost control and ran off the roadway to the right, colliding with a tree. The driver pronounced dead on the scene. 2 passengers were in serious injury. So again, be careful on those things. Okay, let's see. I want to move. I've been moving on to some other stuff too. I had the ATV accident. Now I'm talking about one of my former students, Phil Hathaway. Phil is a good outdoorsman. We joke about it. He was one of my former honor students. I've had a lot of conversation with him on the show where he sent me things. He does a lot of things in outdoors, and I always kidding him. Well, I don't see him that much anymore, but I always enjoy seeing him. But he we're talking about the shallow water and how how everything's so shallow out there now. So he sent me this picture. Okay, I want to read this. This is Phil Hathaway, honor student. Hey coach, a low river water is no joke. I busted my stabilizer and cracked the fin on the lower unit. Didn't crack into the unit, but drained and replaced the lubricant, checked it for water intrusion, slapped a little bit of JB weld on it, replaced the stabilizer, and we're back in business. Probably not the best way to fix it, but after all, I was just your honor student. Laugh, laugh, laugh. So let me show what I replied. Well, here's the pictures. Look where he cracked this, folks. Okay, so we put some JB weld on it. We're going to see how it works, how well it holds together. And look what happened here. I mean, they just shattered that. You can't glue that back together. So here's what I sent to him. Well, I've been telling you about that low water for the last month or so, but it looks like you are still hard-headed. But I'm impressed with your repair jobs. I just wanted to share that with you because a lot of times, and the last 3 or 4 situations I brought up about the accidents and all, it's been by experienced outdoorsmen running aground. Randy Sinoda and then a couple of others, and that's just ones that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's been a bunch more happen that I'm not aware of that haven't been sent in. So the situation there, if you get a situation to get out in the water, the advantages of it, some great advantages of it. And speaking of the water, and let's switch over now from fresh water to salt water. I'm always I talk a lot about the St. Joseph Peninsula, and just how much I love it down there. And we've talked a lot about the erosion. I'm always talking about a stump hole. I'm showing you pictures from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. This picture here. Now remember, the lighthouse used to be way out into the. You had the water in the lighthouse used to be about 100-something yards inland. Okay, and somebody sent this picture here, so I'm gonna. Let's see. Here it is right here. Somebody sent one of the tourists was curious. They asked a question. What is this? What is this? Because they just couldn't figure out what it was. And well, folks, what that is that's the foundation of the lighthouse. Okay, and what's amazing. Okay, then I went to Google Earth last night and sort of pulled up. Okay, so this is at the Cape itself. Okay. Look, that's coming down to our right, of course, the Eglin property. See the curve right here? That's the curve, that's the Cape Road. You take a left and come down here, and this used to be the lighthouse headquarters. But even on Google Earth, look how far back it was. That was like over 100 yards, and this was like, well, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I guess this picture was taken. So you can see, let me zoom in on it. Okay, zoom in on it. You can see the actual foundation. See right there in the center, you can see the actual foundation. That was, okay, so look at erosion right now. Look how far it's eroded from your left to your right. Is that not truly amazing? So anyway, I just wanted to let you know about it, and we've got first-hand information on it. Now, talking about first-hand information, one of the different pages I go to, one of them is Choctawhatchee Bay Fishing. One of the viewers, one of the persons actually affiliated with this, sent this. And I thought it was very insightful because this guy fishes a lot on Choctawhatchee Bay. Check this out. From 1990, this is Eddie Walker, 1996 to 2018, the trout fishing in the Freeport area was outstanding. 25 to 50 trout per trip was the norm. Sometimes good ones, sometimes a lot of small ones. Seemed like about 2017 it started to fall off, and for the last 4 years, it ain't worth getting up early for. It wasn't fishing pressure at fault. There were more trout before the net bans. I sure miss those fall and winter trout fishing trips. Seems no one knows what happened. And there was all kind of comments on it, but that's interesting coming from someone who fished there that long. And I don't know what happened. I don't know the answer. I don't fish Choctawhatchee Bay that much, so I couldn't judge on it myself. But it seems to me like the trout fishing in St. Andrew Bay has sort of been the same thing. I remember going out and just catch them all the time, and now, well, Captain Roy and I talked about it. Now it's just not that many. I mean, we catch some small ones and all on good days, but it's not a lot of trout being caught. So I don't know. So if you have an insight onto it, let me know. We'll share it with the viewers. Okay? Let's take our final break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We always appreciate your viewership. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. On a one time, we're looking at 10:41 to 12:41. Don't forget, November 14th, tomorrow at First Baptist. I'd love to see y'all down there, and I want to see, I really want to see Mark Ricks talking from 5 to 8. Remember the food truck. Look what, it's a man up, the archery competition, a $1,500 bow they're giving away from C&G Sporting Goods. Bring your fancy Jeep, get it dressed up, a little Jeep show, and just really good stuff. And a pull-up challenge where whoever does the most pull-ups can. That money can be donated to the school's athletic program. So that's a great thing tomorrow night. Everybody in the Panhandle is invited. I would love to see y'all down there, and some good stuff. One of the things we're talking about, I mentioned this last week. I did not get around to it. And here, we're talking about FWC. They're really making a special effort now to recruit outdoorsmen or outdoors lady and fishing and just doing outdoors thing. And I've really seen the last year or two, a concerted effort on their behalf. I ran across this. I'm just going to go through some of the research they've done. They've actually put together a fishing action plan. It's they're called R3, not 3 R's, but R3. Bottom left, recruitment, retention, and reactivation, getting people back into it, out of all ages. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of go through it. They did some studies on it and showed different percentage of people, long-time lapsed anglers, they've just been interrupted because people got so busy. So this is what people are doing with their time now. Okay. And here's some excuses people said: not enough time. Okay, those 3 categories are former anglers in the blue, and the orange is lapsed anglers, and then the sort of purple is active. And this is the reason they've used for not participating. Okay, then it goes on down. The study to show the gender, the fishermen are all right, 65% male and 35% female. Then talking about the age, you can see starting at the bottom, the 6 to 12 age group, 13 to 17, 18 to 24. See the 2 smallest from 13 to age 24. And then from 25 to 44, you got almost 30%, and then 45 over, almost 40% right there. So that was interesting to me to look at that study right there to see, again, we want to hit that young age right there between 13 and 18, really. It's funny how those are the same size. Education, which is not a big deal about high school. It don't matter what kind of education you have, just get outdoors. But that was just part of the study they did. Income, that don't matter either as far as you're out there taking care of the outdoors, and no matter what you make, you just take care of the outdoors and enjoy the outdoors. But that, again, is part of the study. And it's pretty well balanced, pretty well spread out. So what they're doing on the youth fishing programs, they're doing fish camps, And we're going to talk more about this as time goes on. I'd like for them to come on and talk about it, but they're doing these youth camps is a big deal. Of course, kids fishing clinics we know about. We haven't had one around here in a while, since Eric and Michael. So they're a fishing clinic, and fishing derby is just another thing, just helping the kids get out. High school fishing clubs, so they're getting into it. And here in the Panhandle, we have some great participation. We don't have enough of it, but the ones that are doing it are just doing such a good job. So if you get a chance to support these high school teams that are fishing in different places for the high schools, please support them. And now, this is one I want to really talk about. They really want to get the adult fishing program. We've talked about young people. We've talked about this on the show about about getting fishing clubs started. And J.B. Hillard and that group up there in the Funiac, they have the Bent Rod Fishing Club. Down in Cape San Blas in Guff and Franklin County. You know about those clubs. So anyway, they're having women fishing clinics and adult fishing clinics. So this is something we really want to see up here. And then of course recognizing and promoting, they're just, again, this is a lot of Central Florida stuff right here. That's the wrong one there. That's some tattoos, some tattoo ladies. But a trophy catch, just conservation and different things like that. So anyway, my point being, they've been a lot more active in it, and we're going to get them on here and talk about it more. Not just Travis. Travis is sort of an investigator now doing those kind of things, but we really need to get the other arm of FWC. And we as a community throughout the Panhandle really need to participate and help them get these clubs started, getting people out there fishing. And it's just a good thing. And y'all know how I feel about it. I've been preaching to the choir also, but I'm really pleased with the high schools getting these fishing clubs started. But not just that, but we need as a community to support them. I know several of them are always asking for sponsors. It takes some money to travel. They get no money from the school system because the school system can't support it because of the liability. So it's a long story, and it's sort of frustrating to me that we can't support something like that. So they have to sort of travel by, and they got to stay in motels. So they got to travel by, their own means. So anytime you get a chance to support them, I know Bozeman has some people, Mosley has some people, Liberty County has a big group going, and what great support they have. So anyway, I want to close the show on that. So do all we can. So we're going to wrap it up. Got special guests coming this week. Got all kind of cool things going on. And we'd like to say, send me what you're thankful for. Read them on air. If I run into you this week or so, I want to video you, tell them what you're thankful for. And I'm thankful for you, our viewers, and the ability to be able to get out every morning and do this show and all the good help we have doing it. Y'all do something good today for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.